do you feel like the defense maybe found its identity a little bit more over the bye week, the time you guys have had together?
I think we've always known what we want it to be. Um, have we showed that on a consistent basis? No, not yet. Not in the games, not in practice. So it's just we got to keep working. We're far from a finished product. I think every guy on the defense recognizes that. Every coach on the staff recognizes that. We just got to keep working. We got to commit to this. It doesn't just happen on Thursdays or Saturdays. It happens right out here. Got to commit to that every day.
Is there an aspect or a few aspects that you guys specifically worked on that needed to improve?
Just getting better at everything. Shoot, technique, fundamentals. That's kind of what we're based upon. We don't like to do a whole lot because I think we got the guys that can knuckle up and just fight you and be successful at that. So we're going to continue to be that. I refuse to be a gimmick defense, but at the same time, give them a little bit more variety and some tools. So just working at everything, trying to get better at everything.
It's good to have time to work on those things.
Yeah, it always is. Yeah, absolutely.
How's Zach Whitley look to you? Is there anything different you guys are going to do with him?
Just continue to work him in practice and get him reps. And he's a kid that's maturing every day. It's a less of an on-field thing, or on the field. It's more the off-the-field stuff. Just getting him accustomed to our scheme and our system, and he's doing a great job of working his butt off. And, he's starting to get more involved with the special teams, so he's crossing that white line on Saturdays, which is paramount, I think, for your development. So he's going to be a fun guy to watch grow.
With Caleb Kelly, does that change the approach on defense?
Yeah, I think this offensive coordinator, he wants it to look a certain way. I think they got a ton of confidence in this backup guy. Coach Mazzoni, he worked with him when he was with Arizona State. He recruited him, so we know that he's a proven entity from that standpoint. He's a very effective quarterback, quick release, very accurate, great thrower, crafty athlete. So he's very similar.
With Randall out for the season, how do you see the safety spots working out? Do you think there's going to be some movement up there? Or?
Yeah, I mean it's too bad because Randall is one of our defensive leaders. Definitely hurts, but at the same time, with injury comes opportunity. For a lot of these young guys to get in there and play, and there's no better way to develop than playing. So these youngsters they're gonna have to grow up in a hurry, which is pretty cool.
See Tahan maybe a little farther along, or is Jaleel kind of came along and shown that he's ready to step in?
They've all shown glimpses of being really good. It's just a thing where we just got to keep working. We got to keep getting better. We're lucky enough to have two really serviceable guys. Guys that have bright futures in this game, and it's going to be fun to watch them develop now that they get a little bit more play time.
Is there maybe specific milestones or benchmarks you guys are looking to reach as a defense?
No, I mean I'm not a big believer in that. Honestly, we got to commit to this every day. What we do out here, commit to this grind that we put through some practice and become better every single day in everything that we do. I know that sounds super vanilla, and I know that doesn't sound very exciting, but I think that's the if there's a secret formula of greatness, it's that hard work every day, consistency, and that's what we're striving to do.
How do you go about slowing down a guy like DJ Foster who can beat you in so many different ways?
They just, as many concepts as they'll show you in the run game, you have to be extremely disciplined. That's what it comes down to. Everybody doing their job. If everybody commits to doing their job and not doing too much and not thinking they have to make every play, I think we can be very successful because we got really good defensive players, good tacklers, guys that understand their jobs at a high level. I think where you get in trouble with a guy like that is when you try to do too much. Because he is such a, he's dangerous in a lot of ways. You feel like, okay, not only do I have to do my job, I have to do his job because he's so good. He may break this tackle, or he may stretch this, or he may lose this edge, or all these things, right? And all of a sudden, he starts making plays, that way. Just got to do our job. That's what it comes down to.
Is this when it helps to have a guy like Myles, who, because it seems like Foster's almost like a wide receiver coming out of the backfield. You got Myles, a linebacker who can guard wide receivers.
Yeah, we're fortunate we got a lot of backers. Myles absolutely can cover very, very well, especially for a linebacker. But we have Kendricks, who's no slouch himself. Kenny Young's done a great job. Isaac, Jan, we got a lot of guys back there that are very athletic. Yeah.
What have you guys seen out of DJ Foster on film that makes him so special?
He's pretty much their guy. You know what I mean? He does everything. He runs the ball. He catches the ball. I mean, they really get him in space. He can make people miss. He'll run you over. I mean, he's a total back, and I mean, we're excited for a challenge like that. I mean, I think he's third in the NCAA right now in rushing. So I mean, he's big time, and I'm excited to go against a guy like that.
Is that kind of a matchup tailor-made for a guy like you who can cover guys out of the backfield pretty well, covers wide receivers sometimes?
Most definitely. I'm definitely excited for that matchup, you know, just to see where I stand with a guy like that. I mean, he's one of the best running backs in the nation right now, so covering him out the backfield and, you know, just reading him and making tackles hopefully on him, you know, that'll be a good matchup. You know, it'll be exciting, and I'm up for the challenge. You know, it'll be fun.
Are you excited to actually play on defense this year against ASU?
Yeah, that's new for me. You know, kind of studying them, just watching from the sideline, and now actually studying them and getting a chance to play against them. That's gonna be exciting. So, yeah, I'm excited to play against them on defense this year.
Was there any time in that game last year where you're like, dang, I wish I was
it
getting
was a couple times where I kind of wish I was out there. I was kind of wondering, but I didn't know any of the plays they had put in for ASU that week, so I kind of had to just watch. But yeah, I definitely wish I could have played in that game last year.
Were you pushing it all on the sidelines to get in there?
No, other people were, but I was just kind of like, I mean, I don't know what checks they put in, so I'd be out there doing even worse. So, you know, I'd be hurting the defense, you know, so, yeah.
Did Coach Moore tell you after that? I know he told us that he kind of regretted the decision to put you only a running back. Did he tell you after, like, hey, man, I'm sorry that I limited you in that way, only putting you a running back?
It wasn't anything like that. You know, me, like, I kind of looked at it as I should have made more of my carries. You know, I was playing offense, and that was my role, so I kind of put on myself that I didn't, you know, do more offense and, you know, help the team more. So, I mean, I didn't really take it as, oh, I should have been on defense or anything like that. It was just kind of like, I mean, I wished I was on defense, but I kind of put on my shoulders and I was like, what could I have done more on offense to help the team, you know?
Coach Moore said he still thinks about that game. Do you think about it at all?
Yeah. I mean, that could have changed. That could have changed a lot of things around here. You know, we could have went to a Pac-12 championship and competed against Stanford. So I mean, yeah. I mean, it would have changed a lot of things. And I think about that game a lot. You know, just kind of like me and my offensive carries. I kind of think of that. Like every once in a while, I'll go back and watch that game just to see how I did on offensive stuff and like what I could have did better moving forward. But yeah, that was a tough game. That was a hard game to swallow, especially like with the seniors and everything, and just seeing those guys and everything. So it was tough.
How has the offensive-defensive split gone for you so far this year?
As far as what?
Just comparing to last year, your comfort level doing both?
I'm definitely comfortable, you know, just doing both. I got to read my blocks a little bit better on offense, so I'm working on that kind of with Coach Palomalo and everything, trying to make the most of the reps that I do get here on practice and everything. So I'm learning on the fly, but I got to get better at that. And just defensively, you know, that's my main job and everything. So that's what I'm working for mostly this week.
I know you were exhausted after a few of those games when you went both ways last year. Do you feel like you have a little bit more wind this time around?
I feel like I have more wind. You know, it's not nearly as bad as last year. I mean, last year I was exhausted, but this year I'm not. It's not that bad. You know what I mean? They have us take ice baths and stuff after the game and stuff, so I'm feeling better.
Does it seem like opposing defenses are a little bit more keyed in on you when you're at running back?
Oh yeah, I definitely feel their presence. You know, kind of like their eyes. Like I remember in the Texas game, I looked up and all three of their linebackers were staring blatantly at me. So I mean, yeah, they knew it was about to happen. So yeah, I feel like teams are very aware of what's about to happen.
A little harder to find the holes now. You have to rely on less on instincts and more on.
Yeah, more on reading the blocks.
Yeah.
You know, that's really what I'm working on this year. Is just following my guys. You know, because last year I could kind of feel my way and then kind of make something happen. Now it's like teams are filling gaps, and I really got to follow my blocks and hit it better. So I mean, I put that onus on me. You know, guys are making the blocks. I'm just kind of on a couple of plays. I'm missing holes here and there, and just missing blocks that could go for really big plays. So we'll see. I'll get better at that.
What have you guys seen from Brkovici on film? I know there's not that much film on him. But
The quarterback, yeah. I mean, he has a good arm. He's a fifth-year senior. I mean, he's a very good thrower. He's very talented. I mean, he can go. I mean, he's a fifth-year senior, so I mean, he knows what he's doing. He knows the offense. He's been through the system, so I mean, we're taking him just as we take the starter. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, he's a great player.
Do you guys look at this game as, you know, this is one of those games that's going to decide who wins the Pac-12 South, or is that something you're?
I mean, definitely it's conference play. You know, the stakes are higher, and I mean, really every game counts. I mean, really, it's like we've been saying week by week, but really now it's week by week. You know, kind of each game matters. I mean, if you blow one of these the season's kind of out of your hands. You just kind of got to win out, and hopefully somebody loses, somebody wins, you know, stuff like that. So we really just want to take control of our own destiny and win each of our games, starting with ASU this week.